Hey guys, it's Miss Lucia Johannes, and I'm here to do a review over a course that I took at Savannah State University for the College of Business Administration program, and it is entitled in Management Information Systems. So it is an introductory course to MIS, as it is abbreviated. And I happened to take it over the summer. It was about a 4-week course, so it was a semester-long class condensed into 4 weeks. So it was an everyday meeting, pretty intense, but I really personally enjoy learning face-to-face. With every class nowadays, you will have internet interaction. So what we do is we use a D2L system for additional support. My class was instructed by Dr. David Simmonds, and he's a guy from Jamaica, so he added his own flair to the course, and he had some of the funniest sayings and tellings that his dad would say. And that added a lot of extra personality to the course. He was a very positive person and always smiling. So that was really nice. So I'm just going to go over a few things that you'll need to know with MIS. So you are basically applying technologies to improve business. And in this day and age, you have to know what technology is out there to improve your business, as I'm using technology right now to explain what I've learned. So you'll learn concepts like accounting and computer science, and you'll learn positions like the CIO, Chief Information Officers, and CEOs, and what they do within this field of learning. You'll learn about cybersecurity and HIPAA as it pertains to healthcare, FIRMA as it pertains to schools. You'll learn about reporting and predictive analyses. The FBI happens to be on social media. Those things that you watch on television pertain to this. Why MIS? Basically, out-of-date technology costs you more in the long run. Sunk cost is a cost that can't be recovered. Databases, access, continuing to learn about humans of MIS. All of those people that are involved within this field. Systems analysts who document and process, and it figures out requirements and makes recommendations. You'll learn about using your own businesses in this class. I originally used a ticketing system and marketing as a basis for my project, and we ended up changing it to something different. But you'll learn about systems analysis, of course, which is feasible, necessary, measurable, definite, positive impacts for the company. And you'll learn about user requirements. That was something that we specifically pushed through and learned every aspect about user requirements and system requirements when there are system changes within a company. You need to know what the best practices are. Organizational methods, okay? So we were thankfully given articles by our professor, which helped because we didn't have to print off everything. But of course, if you don't have the article, you should print it off yourself with your credit. But we learned about how to manage user acceptance testing, determining, which is UAT, is abbreviated UAT, determining correct user roles, choosing the type of testing that you need, determining time frames, determining documentation standards, determining the change control process. We continue to learn about RFPs, and in particular within this class, I enjoyed the very challenging concept of a group project, which people get scared of because you have to participate with other people, whether you know them or not. But I was very happy to work with Latasha Hickson and Bridget Hall and myself, and we conducted the project and research for 12 ways to fix the traditional but broken RFP software selection process. So we summarized it. We explained that RFPs are to discover well-potential products, meeting requirements and acceptable price. Problems frequently appear after starting software implementation, leading to missed deadlines, increasing costs, and occasional failures. We talked about inadequate requirement breadths, interviewing users, inadequate requirement depth, requirements importance, narrative requirements, RFPs request too much information, duplicated requirements, waterfall versus agile, the manual workflow, no traceability matrix, too simple or too complicated product scoring systems, RFP response validation, to sum up of what we spoke on. We continue to learn in this course software selection guides, which we prioritize user requirements that were broad. We had a list of goals. We chose softwares that were done most effectively by using a well-organized request for proposal. And request for proposal is abbreviated, the acronym for it is RFP. Those are terms you certainly need to master and understand all of the concepts around it. RFP distributions, that was very important as it pertains to user requirements for software selection steps, RFP preparation, using vendors, categorizing major organization business and procedure goals, vendor response evaluation. You have to learn about vendors as it pertains to your business. Okay, so we were also able to use the technology of the D2L system, which allows you to have access to the articles in this course, as well as other courses. And our professor, Dr. Simmonds, used that very often. So you can take notes and you can also refer back to the PowerPoint. Of course, you can ask questions. So we learned about implementing new technology, which is really important. The risk, the safe innovations, fear of loss, legitimate resistance to change, a word about hedgers, how to deal with hedgers, personal benefits. We continue to learn about how to use interviews to gather requirements. Interviewing was something that was really important, and we, during our project, were able to interview people in person, especially at Savannah State University. So that was really fun in the course to get some in-person impact in dealing with this class. So we talked about user environments, self-testing versus other forms of testing. Let's see, we learned about UATs, sequencing, managing scores, effective managers. We talked about direct cutovers and plunge implementation systems, pilot implementation systems, phase implementation systems, and those are the systems that you use to change processes. So you have to choose the right one as it costs money. You have to evaluate those things. So we did that during our group project and in learning. So there are tons of concepts in this particular class. Over this summer, we had 2 tests. We had 2 essay review questions that went with the test, and you had to provide that information because he explained it to you and you knew what to do. He also gives you 2 study guides for those tests, which he doesn't have to do. He did a great job of preparing you for that, and he specifically gave what you needed to do, and that's of course appreciated. And if you were paying attention, you should be able to support those concepts. I would suggest using note cards if you're not used to acronyms or concepts, and just really trying to drill those concepts of AUP and TOUs and SLAs and hacking, different CIO descriptions and swing set analogies. And Dr. Simmonds did a really great job of providing every single last bit of documentation paperwork for this course to support what we were learning. The tests itself can be challenging, but you have to just prepare. Dr. Simmonds does a great job of being very available to his students. Every day we could go by his office or call him or make an appointment with him. He really made it a positive class, and I really enjoyed it. So if you have any specific questions, please ask it down below. And other than that, I would give this course MIS with Dr. Simmonds an A. Thank you.